Let's kick off the new year with a slow thought challenge. How does that sound? Today I want to introduce what I call return to self. And this experiment that I want to invite you to engage in, it really is at the heart of the central theme that runs through the slow thought movement. The intention behind this experiment is for you to get in touch with yourself, to tune in to that whisper of your own being, that vitality that's speaking to you, that always is, if you're willing to listen to it. And as you know from the slow thought movement, we spend a lot of time talking and elaborating upon how it's so easy for us to become distracted. So easy for us to lose touch with our own self to such an extent that we are almost relying very heavily on fast thought, that thought that is borrowed from others, that doesn't come from our own being. Thought that really much ingrained into us from our social conditioning or from the various influences around us, predominantly the media. And so again, my intention is not to criticize all these things, but to point out that the really important question of who are you if your thoughts are not your own? That's the key here. And how can we participate fully in a democratic nation, in a free society, when we're not able to liberate our own thinking, to liberate our minds from the confines of all of this type of fast thinking that's preoccupied us? So this experiment is for those people out there that want to take a stand, that want to make that effort, make those steps towards getting in touch with themselves. So this experiment can be a baby step, or it could be, a big leap, depending on what you want to do. And what I mean by that is you can intend to participate at the type of level of a commitment that you want to take. If you want to dedicate 15 minutes or maybe 5 minutes, that's fine. Every little step counts. If you want to dedicate an hour, all the power to you. Or a day, as I intend to, because I'm a more extreme type of personality, go for it, okay? But every step counts. Every effort makes a difference. And that transformation that occurs in the mind is permanent. Awareness is so powerful that once you become aware of something, you can never become unaware of it. So, essentially, what is this experiment? Let's get into the nuts and bolts of it. It's really about taking a stand, as I mentioned. And really, to tune into yourself, you've got to turn off a lot of the distractions around you. So what I'm talking about is an entire amount of time, whatever you dedicate, completely dedicated to this experiment of pure, true, total awareness. And just to clarify for some of you or if you may be tuning in for the first time, awareness is quite simple. It's simply looking at what is. Not what you want it to be. Not what you don't want it to be. Just what is. And that should be a big relief, because we're not talking about trying to become somewhere or trying to get to some finish line or to some desired outcome, but simply letting go and allowing yourself to have a direct confrontation with what's truly going on in yourself. So, what do we have to do to make this possible? Well, we've got to cut off the distractions for this period of time. If we're really going to dedicate ourselves to this awareness, to look at what is, we need to tune out all those things that take us out of ourself, that distract us, that influence us into other people thinking. Basically, all those sources of fast thought that are so predominant and so widespread in our society. So, what do? Well, if you're dedicating 15 minutes an hour, you got to let the people that are close to you, the people that tend to contact you, the people in your own family, everyone know that this is what you intend to do. And remember, you're not asking for permission, you're just letting them know, okay? And that's it. So you're going to let them know, this is my time to myself, I'm not going to take any interruptions. You're going to turn off your cell phone. You're not going to check email. It's complete dedication to deep awareness, just looking at what is. Just going into yourself and confronting and just watching, observing, bearing witness, going back to our first slow thought challenge. And if you haven't seen that, you can tune into that video, find it on YouTube, it's right there for you. So just bearing witness, that's what we're doing. But we really got to cut out everything else. The best example I can give to you of this is like going on a fast. If you do a fast properly, And what I mean by that, complement that fast with a steady flow of fresh, good water. You really engage in a purification process. What happens is the body begins to detoxify, and that water begins to push out those toxins from your bloodstream. Well, essentially, awareness is the same thing. The slow thought, slowing things down and just bearing witness, allows for that detoxification to take place in the mind. It essentially, by looking at what is, the things that don't make sense, the things that aren't healthy anymore, and you begin to see that directly, begin to shift on their own without any effort, without any pushing or shoving or imposing of your will. It just happens. It's the miracle of self-transformation. It's the miracle of awareness without effort. It's taken me many years to realize that it's that simple. So that's the experiment we're talking about. It's simply what I call return to self, but it takes determination. You got to cut off everything. Everything that distracts you, other people, all sources of communication with others, and simply enter that state where it's just you and you. That's it. You and you. Can you do it? I sure believe you can. So start it off. I will be doing an event dedicated to that for those who are local, so stay tuned to that. And otherwise, let's make this the best year ever. That's my commitment to this year, and I invite you to make the same. Have a great day and a great year. Thank you.